today we are going to be learning about measuring and how to use a ruler. How many of you guys have ever used a ruler before?
I've used a ruler.
You guys know what these big numbers indicate on the ruler? Inches. They are. So a ruler is, most of the time it is a piece of wood. Sometimes they're plastic or they're rubbery, but they're used to help measure different objects. And the big numbers that we're talking about today are the inches. We'll talk about centimeters later in the year. Okay. First, we're going to do a little activity. And I want to make sure that you guys know how to use rulers. So I'm going to pass out these worksheets. And I want you guys to measure each of these crayons in inches. And I want you guys to tell me how many inches the crayons are, okay? And after we're done with this, we're going to talk about a different way you can measure things. Does anybody have any ideas of what else you can use to measure things?
Feet, my finger.
A yardstick.
Yeah. What about Unifix cubes? Do you guys think you can measure something with Unifix cubes?
Yes.
Yeah. Now when you use the ruler, you want to make sure that it starts with the very first straight part of the object. So all the way to the end, line it up. You don't want to measure something in the middle of the ruler because it won't give you the right measurement. So all the way at the beginning. Four.
Definitely not.
What is this?
11, 16. You guys take a guess. That's one.
Yeah, this one was weird.
If some of the crayons aren't full inches, if it's like 2.5, you guys can go ahead and round up. So if it's 2.5, you can put 3, or if it's 3 3/4, you can put 4. Look at you, tell me you guys doing fractions. You guys are so advanced.
You're very good. I'm doing
Man, you're an overachiever. You did it quick. How are you doing? That is a big green crayon. Don't you guys wish crayons were actually this big?
No, me too heavy.
It'd be too heavy. Are you too? What?
We're all guys.
While you guys keep working on that, I'm gonna get out some Unifix cubes and we're gonna do another worksheet so you guys can practice measuring things with Unifix cubes. Can I get one person from every group to come up and grab some cubes?
Wait, technically I'm not a part of your group, but I'll still get some. Are you?
Yeah, grab a big old handful.
Only when you're ready to paintbrush.
Are you getting some for me? I am. Thank you.
Just kidding, he did get it for us.
Have you guys ever used Unifix cubes before?
Yeah.
So you guys can put your inches ruler worksheet to the side. We're gonna finish that later, probably after recess. I'm gonna hand out this other worksheet that has a picture of a pencil, a crayon, and some scissors. And I want you guys to see how many Unifix cubes long these items are. Then we're gonna do something fun. Oh, all the movements. Have you guys ever wanted to measure something that you haven't been able to measure before?
Yes.
Ooh, like what?
How tall I am.
How tall you are.
That'd be hard with you to make kids.
I know.
You're too big.
Do it along the wall.
You guys ever wondered how long your feet are?
They're my shoe size, right?
They're 1 foot.
Sometimes that's true, but sometimes a foot can be bigger than a foot,
I
or
got
it can
it.
be
There.
smaller than a foot.
That was
I
a
thought
joke, right?
you laughed, and I was like, when I looked back and you were like
Was it?
seriously writing, and I
It
was
was a
like,
joke, right?
no, it wasn't.
I liked it. I liked it.
They actually are. I'm pretty sure they're really close, but
Mine too. But not her.
I know, it's crazy to think how our feet are not actually.
This is her. For her PP.
ah, gotcha. Should I give her classroom management?
No.
Oh, I love how yours are in a colored pattern. Those are doing so good. Good memory. How are you doing back here? Oh wow, that's a long pencil. How long is it? Wow, wow. Yeah, you guys know that 12 inches isn't a foot, right?
Yes.
Class?
Yes.
So, you guys know that 12 inches isn't a foot, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is a foot with measurement, but did you know that a foot long, most of the time, is not actually the size of your foot? I know. So just because this is an actual foot, it doesn't mean that's the size of all of our feet. So what I want you guys to do is clear off your desks, and we are going to do some practice with measuring by measuring each other's feet. You can keep your shoes on, but I want you guys to pair up in partners and then measure each other's feet with a ruler and then with Unifix.
There you go. It's easier for me. Don't look at my leg area.
So figure out how long or tall the shoe is with the rulers and with your Unifix.
Yeah, but we can't.
And make sure you're using the big number sign, so the inches. 11 inches, that's a really big foot.
That's pretty close.
Oh, I can be your partner, Suzanne.
Correct.
All right.
It's very good.
11
11.
inches. You want to try to measure my foot? This kid, my foot is a foot. Your foot is a foot? Yeah. That's amazing. It's a fun game to watch. But with little Now, how many Unifix cubes long is your foot?
PB, I think it's 13.
13. What'd you say? That's the wrong name. Max Unifix cubes? Oh. No, Unifix cubes now? You only have a 9-inch foot? My goodness, I have a really big foot then. Mine's a foot.
Yeah, how big's your foot?
10 inches.
My shoe is bigger than your foot.
Well, I'm measuring my foot, not my shoe. My shoe's a foot.
What size shoe do you wear?
10 and a half.
Oh, well, I wear 10, so then again, that's...
I don't have huge feet that size.
I have big feet for my son.
Yeah, I know.
Has everybody measured their feet with rulers and Unifix cubes yet? We're still going. Once you guys are done, I want you to put your both hands on the table so I know you're done, okay? Good job. Okay, now I want you guys to choose either the ruler or the Unifix cubes. And for extended practice, I want you guys to get up and measure anything in the room you want. Try to make it about either 12 inches long or a little smaller, but I want you guys to measure it either with rulers or with Unifix. So everybody get up. You can measure your phone, you can measure a water bottle, you can measure your Sonic cup. You can measure your water bottle, you can measure your finger. If you guys ever want to know how long your fingers are? 5. Over a minute. Oh, you're measuring the door?
3.
3 inches for the doorknob, that's a big doorknob. Has anybody measured their fingers? Have you ever wondered how long your fingers are?
About 4 middle fingers.
Roughly.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have a video of how to talk
Do
about.
not react to the way I wanted you to.
Like, go look at their house.
Elise?
Class?
Yes.
Alrighty, you guys, we learned about measurement today, and how many inches are in a foot?
12.
12. And does 12 Unifix cubes equal a foot, or is it more than that? More than that, right. So even though these look like they're an inch, they're actually not when you stack them together, they're actually less than an inch. So if you ever want to measure something for actual measuring, make sure you use a ruler, but you can always remember that you can use anything to measure. I can use my hand, for example. Like, how many hands does it take to get 2 bricks? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my hands is 3 bricks. Isn't that cool? So what I want you guys to do is go home later today, and I want you to measure something using whatever you want. You can use a piece of paper, you can use your hand, and then after that, we're gonna go to recess. And then next week, we're gonna talk about the other side of the ruler.
Yeah.